All right, chat, what's good? So I am here right now, at home, and I just wanted to do a little something here. So I'm gonna be going from zero to hero, and that's a really cringe statement sometimes to make, especially with how I sound. My tone of voice is very funny for it. No, but for real, I'm gonna be starting a challenge of some sort, like a challenge streak or whatever, of like, day one, my grind to success, that kind of thing. And so this is the first video to that. So currently what I want to do is I kind of want to, talk about where I'm at right now, right? So far at the very moment, we are at about $100 in liquid money, dollar bills, whatever, right? And we have no business set up, and me personally, right, just as a person, right, I'm not, look at that, oh, yeah, I'm not strong, I'm impressed, I managed that flex, but, yeah, I'm not very strong. Right now, I'm starting at zero, for real, guys. I am starting at zero right now. And so this is just the day one, thing going on right now. And so, yeah, only $100 in liquid. We got about 1,000, like a little over $1,000 in Pokemon cards that we could sell PSA grade for money. If you don't know anything about that, search it up on YouTube. There's a few people that can tell you about that. It is actually profitable if you have the right cards. Luckily for me, I've looked into a lot of that stuff because I'm a nerd. And so I got money for that. I know it's about $1,000 in Pokemon cards over there, right? So there's that, right? Average grades, actually a little below average grades, right? And, we're just going to be doing a full process, right? To show you exactly where, it's going to be like a vlog. I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going, what I do, why I want to do it, right? Sharing whatever resources I use that gets me to where I'm at, right? And so, yeah, I'm just going to be doing that, developing different habits, improving my life, right? You've ever watched Solo Leveling, anime, right? This is where I'm getting my idea, right? We go from absolutely nothing to big leagues, all right? Really high hopes, but I mean, I don't know. And right now, just with this first video, like, I'm already, like, fully recognizing that, yes, I am at a very low point. I'm not at my best. So, we're going to try to get to our best, right? And this comes from a perspective of a 17-year-old, all right? Because you'll get to see what happens if you try to, improve yourself and, like, be a better person as a 17-year-old, right? And I'll be documenting this fully, right? If there's any, like, interactions out of the ordinary that happen, like, say, during school, if there's any interactions that happen at home, anything at all, right? I will talk about it, I will document it, I'll be an open book. And you will get to see the very, like, you'll get to see how life is doing this kind of stuff, right? And, also about my background, right? This comes from somebody who's done a lot of, like, self-help work, self-improvement stuff already. But key thing here, I'm already happy. Because my thing is that no matter what happens in my environment at this point, I feel good. I feel happy. If I died tomorrow, I would die without guilt. And so I have that at my advantage. But, I want to know what is it like for somebody who is actually happy with their life as it is to chase something greater, right? And be a better person. So I'm just starting off at 0, right? Low quality stuff, right? I just got my phone here that I'm recording with. No fancy speaker. We don't even really have much good internet out here. We're in like a more rural area of where we live, so we got that. And so yeah, it's that's just how it's gonna be. This is gonna be day 1, start of the challenge, right? And I'll explain things as I go on, about my methodology, about how things are, right? And I'll just document everything, if there's anything special, out of the ordinary, whatever, right? I'll tell you about it. Any successes I make, any big successes that, aren't just common knowledge or whatever, right? Document that as well. And these videos are going to be made like recorded in the day and then uploaded that day, right? That's how it's going to be. So we're at 6 minutes in, 6.5 minutes in. That's all I'm going to explain for now. I'll check in with you later about what I get done today, about what I researched today, and we're going to be doing that. Before I get there, though, this is going to be for right now, we're going to be going for a while here. It's going to be a lot of days, all right, because I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to get very far, and as far as monetary pursuits at the very least, as a 17-year-old, and I'll explain to you the limitations of why in a minute, or not in a minute, but as time goes on, as you look through these things, because it's harder for somebody who's younger, right, who isn't considered as a, full adult, and I just wanted to, bring that to light in some way, which is why a lot of kids these days, at least around me, aren't really doing a whole lot, right, because, in many ways that they are alienated for being better people, for doing better things, right, and I feel like that's how it has been for a lot of society. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe, I'm just stuck in my own bubble, right? Maybe everybody else is happy like me right now, right? It took me a lot to get here, by the way, but at this moment, I'm chilling, I'm good, and yeah, I just wanted to, do that real quick, and so I'll explain to you everything, right? And I'll also do a little bit of, that stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't even know. Anyways, see ya. Right? Bye-bye. Alright, guys. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start off right now, just, whatever, with, some light fitness, right? And in the spirit of going from absolute 0 to hero, right, we're going to do lowest settings, right, but here's the caveat, right, it will be a very slow and progressive, fitness routine, you know what I'm saying, and, I'll show you shortly, right, I'm sure it's up right now, actually, if you go through the app, there's, ways to, do the different, exercises, right, and you'll be able to, modify that, where your starting point is, and and during a level up, which probably isn't shown yet, during a level up, you get to increase, the difficulty of those workouts, and so what I'm thinking I'm going to do, personally, is I'm just going to set it to some of the lowest stuff, right? Of course, I'm not going to do, sissy push-ups. Come on, I'm not that bad, all right? I can do proper push-ups, right? But I will be starting at the lowest number for, a decent push-up amount. I will be starting at the lowest number. And you know, as we go forth, like without the like with these vlogs and stuff like that, as we go forth in that, progressively I'll be getting, you know, even better, right? And I'll start to, you know, look like and, you know, do some of the stuff that some of these like calisthenics people are doing, all that good stuff, right? So and you know, also that's going to be for a while though, because I know this is going to be a long journey. This vlog kind of thing, I don't expect everybody to look through every single video, but if you're on a path to success and you want to get better, right? This is my gift, all right? Because I don't really know if I'm gonna do like info courses. I don't know, story writing. I don't know. And I don't think I have the patience to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do these video vlogs, and we're just gonna go through there, right? And if you want the raw, like details, you know, what is happening from this 0 to hero transformation, what precisely is going on here, right? You'll get to see that, right? I think that's really cool. That's just me. And this is kind of what I wish somebody would have given to me in a YouTube video, I think, and shown me. And maybe I just haven't searched for it. I don't know. I will say I haven't searched for any like transformation videos. I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do some push-ups. Not gonna do it on camera because I don't have a good spot to set up the camera. It's not gonna be good footage. And I'd much rather use, you know, like about 15 minutes to just, you know, simply explain some things and go over a quick rundown of how my day went instead of, you know, filming that stuff. Plus, I don't have a whole lot of storage space on my phone. So, you know, so I'm going to do that. And I'll check back in with you in like a few seconds from your perspective. From my perspective, it's going to be like a little while.